Hello, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to more Fortnite news. Of course, the first day of Season 7 is now here. Let's break down the entire update. So many things have been added, and all of you guys who are currently watching as well, do not forget, apparently tonight at the Game Awards show, we will have another update, a huge update, a crazy update, according to Jeff Keighley, guys, over the Game Awards, and Donald Mustard, which is a worldwide creative director for Epic Games. Apparently, a big announcement will also be tonight. So, of course, Season 7 so far, we have seen some amazing things, but expect a bigger thing apparently going to happen tonight as well, within about probably 8 hours of you guys watching this. On top of that, though, guys, of course, the biggest update, planes are now confirmed into the game, and I see some big issues so far. I know, shocking, right? A new epic weapon, and apparently it's going to be overpowered, which is kind of a typical thing and reoccurrence we've seen so far, but planes are definitely just that. So far, you guys can actually get into these things, and apparently, kind of starting some rumors out there, they can actually hold 5 players, which is kind of a weird thing. Of course, every vehicle till now has held either 2 people or 4 people, of course, for duos and squads and everything down below that, but on top of that, rumors out there do seem to be very overpowered because you guys can actually fly these things endlessly around the entire map. Now, we've also seen some pretty big changes on the map itself, west and southwest wise. The entire map, that direction, has been turned into winter wonderland, ice and snow all around. On top of that, guys, any ice on that map will also do the same thing that chillers once did to you. I say once did because, bless up, guys, chillers are now gone. Finally, the most worthless addition we've seen ever since some other bad things like mounted turrets. But nonetheless, the gameplay we've seen so far has been amazing. I will say one thing, I never thought when I started playing Fortnite that planes would ever be in the game. I mean, most games I play, I never think that planes will be there, but with Epic, there's really no surprises, guys, especially with the teaser so far. Planes are now here, and again, like I said previously, they seem to be very overpowered. You can actually shoot down just about anything, guys. Of course, it's on a overheat timer as well, like the mounted turrets. Alongside that, though, if you get shot down, you will actually glide down, so you don't instantly die unless they actually headshot or body shot you in the plane, which is seemingly pretty difficult. If they shoot down your plane, you will not instantly die, which is a pretty big function. Alongside that, some clips so far we've already seen surface, and that is apparently of kamikaze slash, probably a more appropriate term, guys, dive bombing, and it's definitely going to be an issue, especially with casual gamers out there. If you can imagine the RPG already being a pretty bad weapon for casual players to get insta kills with, imagine giving a kid a loaded plane with not only bullets but also a plane you can crash down on your enemies and instantly kill them with. Now, we've already seen Dr. Lupo do this once. I'll show you guys a clip on the TV screen because, of course, Twitch re-records are pretty bad quality. There is one thing, though. When Dr. Lupo crashes his plane for the victory, gets the instant kill, he takes no damage. Now, that could be because it was at the end of the game, and so no matter what, you guys can test the theory yourselves. If you crash your plane or dive bomb someone and actually explodes the plane, do you take damage? I think you might. I think this actually might have been a one-time occurrence at the end of the game, but nonetheless, that does mean if you are down to a 1v1 or a 2v1 or an end of the game decision and you have a plane, you can crash that plane without any repercussion, without any punishment, and take no damage. So that's probably a pretty big fault so far. Alongside that, I think some rumors out there are definitely need to be added to the game, guys. Some kind of fuel or some kind of gas for the plane, so you can't just fly this plane the entire game until the final circle. It's definitely possible to do. You fly high enough, you fly far away enough, and just round your way into the final circle, and we'll definitely see that being an issue if there's no fuel added to these suckers. And also on top of that, guys, zip lines are now here. So far from what I've seen, they're in several locations, but they seem to be pretty useless. I like the function that you can actually use items and weapons while you're on the zip line. Just a simple magnet attaches to your head, because apparently there's metal in all the Fortnite characters' heads. Whatever to each its own. But on top of that, though, you are a very wide open target when you're on this zip line. I mean, absolutely wide open. I cannot see this being a useful function unless the storm is coming in and you're at the very back half of that. If anyone sees you on the zip line, you are very easy because it's a very predictable line of sight as to where you're going. Alongside that, though, with that function, you can use weapons and items on the zip line. I like this rework. Now with balloons, guys, finally, you can actually use balloons. You attach them to your back and actually, of course, do the same and also use a weapon while you use those balloons. So I think that's a pretty good update so far. Alongside that, guys, a big vault list, which I think is a really good vault list. It's been a while since we've seen some vaulted items that actually deserve to be vaulted, at least all of them being, ever since the TAC SMGs. I love those things. Double barrel, shadow stones, clingers. Clingers, okay, I take back what I said previously, guys. Clingers, I think, were an actually pretty balanced splode and one of my favorite ones ever since their rework, so I'm kind of sad about that. Alongside that, guys, it will be, though, chillers. thank goodness, and Portaforts all going away alongside Shockwave nades as well. So I don't think a terrible list for vaulted items. Klinger is pretty much the only one I actually wanted to see stayed in the game as well. On top of that though, I was very surprised none of the launchers actually left the game. I was expecting maybe a quad launcher rework or maybe just a total vault of that weapon. We've seen so far it's not, you know, necessarily too big of an issue, but I was expecting some launcher to be changed, and that did not happen, guys. So again, huge changes for the game, and I am so excited. I will say, guys, so far a very hyped up update. Along with it though, one I'm not going to complain about, but I will talk about, and that of course is the release, guys. This would be typically of any other esport or any other video game out there that you have to pay for. Key note right there, of course we do not have to pay for Fortnite, so I will not complain too much about this. That is Epic Games, guys, going full sellout mode and doing so geniusly in the start of Season 7 with brand new weapon as well as vehicle skins, or they call them wraps. If you guys can actually unlock them throughout the Battle Pass, I will say one thing. This game is free, so I cannot really complain too much. You don't have to pay for any of these skins. You actually choose to do so if you want to, but this is going to be very tempting for millions of people out there, and I do not blame you guys. Alongside that, this Battle Pass is loaded. We've seen so many things on this. Sergeant Winter, we also have Trog. Of course, Tier 100, the Ice King, looks insane. If I'm going to grind out for one, I don't even think I have the time to grind to Tier 100, but a lot of you guys will. There are so many unlocks on this Battle Pass. If there is any Battle Pass that's been worth it so far, this one certainly is it. Along with that, guys, several vehicle wraps, of course, XP books, and of course, we also have brand new weapon wraps as well, which a lot of them, some of them don't look too good. I don't like the Christmas present wrap, but you know, to each his own. Some of them probably look pretty nice as well. We've seen several of those so far throughout the game. So again, it's kind of a light introduction of, I guess you could say, in-game purchases like skins to the game. We knew this was probably coming eventually, right? We pretty much already had weapon wraps with all the unique items out in the game right now. They have just added one new feature, and that is of course what they now call wraps, which again, we're already kind of here, but they are now here to stay. And I'm very interested to see where they take this, because eventually down the line, we already have so many items and so many different types of items in the game right now. Where will we draw the line in the future? Will it be a year from now? Will it be 2 years from now, where all of a sudden there's just too much crap in the game? But we all know Epic does a great job, of course, vaulting not only items but also other skins out there they've done in the past to make them more rare. I'm sure they'll make it work in the future, and I can see this being a very big thing for the future in terms of probably a big payout for Epic Games. On top of that though, a big part of the update we talked about yesterday, guys, that of course being the brand new Minecraft update, or Fortnite Creative, is going to be so big for the game. I'm excited to see where they take this, and you guys can imagine they're probably going to keep on expanding this right away, guys. 1 week from today, December 13th, all Battle Pass owners will unlock 4 brand new islands for Fortnite Creative. You alongside 15 other friends, allegedly is the amount of people, so up to 16 people on each of your islands. You can visit whenever you want, automatic saves, 8 different obstacle courses, 25 different buildings, and I can imagine you guys probably know as well in the future, those 25 buildings will probably expand in the future. The options are certainly limitless for what you can do on your own creative island, guys, and I am so excited, not only for content. This is a huge update for all content creators out there, which we've seen in the past with several esports and several video games. If you do not have content creation, your game will die, and Epic is doing a great job here at increasing longevity of this game with this brand new update. And so of everything so far we've seen for Season 7, besides planes being a bit, you know, iffy, this is a huge update nonetheless. I'm very excited to see what happens tonight, guys, at the Game Awards show. Expect that. Also watch that if you guys want to hear the live announcement of what is going to be added to the game. Several theories out there do say maybe a ranked or competitive mode for Fortnite, so I talked about this yesterday as well, guys. You take your placement matches, you get a rank now for ranked play, and that way when you actually play ranked play, you play against players of your skill level, which is going to be a huge thing to the game if that does end up to be true. Alongside that though, my only problem so far, the planes OP, the clingers probably didn't need to be vaulted, and one big thing people aren't really talking about, with this brand new Winter Wonderland, our crosshairs are non-customizable and they're all still white. It's very hard to see things with a white crosshair in a white land of white snow. Anyway though, those are my only complaints so far, guys. An absolutely amazing update. What did you guys think? I will hopefully play this weekend, as well as we have some other big updates though and other big games out there. I cannot wait to play. As always, my name is Jake. I will see you all next time. Hope you enjoyed. Okay, bye.